a lot of my personal heroes who are in the room here. Not just big famous writer types, but a lot of people I hung out with at ACT UP here also who are heroic to me, and so it's nice to be here with all of you. Thanks. I told Dale that I would read something of David Feinberg's, but I lied, and I'm a vicious narcissist, so I'm going to read something of mine. David Feinberg is in fact the subject of the thing I'm reading, so it's a little bit of a compromise. David, as you probably all know, a novelist who published a novel, 86th, and a non-fiction collection called Queer and Loathing, and also a short story collection called Spontaneous Combustion. And this is from my novel that came out in 2006 called What I Did Wrong. It's actually posing as fiction. It's kind of wedged in here as if it didn't happen. And the characters have different names, but I'm just going to call them Dave and John, which is what they were. And it goes like this. My friend David has 2 days to live when I walk into his Chelsea apartment on a cool day after a rainstorm. Hey, Dave, I say, letting myself in. What's up? He's in the bathroom. Hey, I yell, and Maria, his home health care attendant, who practically lives with him now, comes out of the kitchen. She's wearing rubber gloves. She walks into the living room. David, she calls lightly, your company's here. Dave's on the toilet and the bathroom door is open. John! Oh, John! Hey, handsome, I say. David, your things are laid out in the bedroom, Maria says. We're going to Macy's to buy a watch, Dave says, still on the toilet. He sounds like a kid. We're buying a watch for Ava, my friend Ava, and a gift for my cousin Myra, the beauty queen. He's unrolling toilet paper as he speaks, so loudly I can hear the furl. I've decided that I'm going to run all my credit cards over the limit. Isn't that smart? I'm learning to be more like you. I'm going to run my cards way past the limit and never pay. Then he flushes. I don't have any credit cards. Because you ran them way over the limit and they got taken away. You always remember the worst thing about me, David. You speak as if there were only one thing. He comes out of the bathroom wearing a diaper. The mistake you made was that after you ran your cards over the limit, you were still alive. But I found the solution to that. Maria helps him into the bedroom so he can dress. I sit in the living room on the couch. We're walking to Macy's. We're walking there, Dave? That's like 10 blocks. I mean, by now he weighs so little that I've seen the wind blow him over. It's cold outside. I'll wear my coat, the ugly coat, the one you hate, the one that makes me look like an old Jewish woman. Is there anything that doesn't make me look like an old Jewish woman anymore? He comes in the living room. He's dressed in a shirt and sweater and his white jeans. Maria's coming too. Aren't you, Maria? Maria, I say, don't you get a day off? I'm trying to sound friendly, but it comes out smug. I can't talk to Maria. She's witnessing the 2 most intimate weeks of my life, watching a couple of men lose each other, and she gets paid by the hour to do it. Underpaid. Gay men die of AIDS in New York City while island women do their housework, one of our economies of death. I help gather medical supplies for our trip as Dave gets into his coat. It's a sight gag, not a coat. Floor length, flared at the hem, and it has cuffs opening out like blue cowbells and a stiff blue collar halfway up the back of his head like Dracula's cape. Dave wears it with an air of fallen grandeur, like Elizabeth Taylor shrouded in animal pelts in Butterfield 8. Dave, I say, your coat offsets your creamy bosom. But he ignores me. Maria opens the door and follows us downstairs. Outside, Dave moves slowly up 8th Avenue like a dancer in an opera staged by Robert Wilson, a figure in a glowing gown advancing incrementally across your field of vision. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, rush hour. The sidewalk is crowded. People bump into him and I want to kill them. Dave doesn't need my protection, however, because he screams whenever he likes. You fucking asshole! He screams. Dave, I say, keep breathing, and he tells me to go fuck myself. We're meeting his friend Darren at Macy's. Darren works in men's accessories, and he has a Macy's employee discount card. Dave is shopping on Darren's credit. Never buy retail! Wholesale! He yells, moving up 8th Avenue, nearing Macy's. We walk through the store's glass doors, past watchful guards, and Dave is concentrating on his growing audience. In the jewelry department, he pokes his chin on the counter and says, Hi, my name is Dave and I have AIDS. I just got out of the hospital and the first thing I wanted to do was go shopping.
This may be my last trip to Macy's, and if you're very nice, I'll put you in my will.
The woman behind the counter doesn't blink, smoothly asking Dave what she could get for him. He says, "I'd very much like a chair." He turns to me as if it's my job to produce one. Maria holds my stuff, and I rush to find a security guard. I get halfway to the information booth at the 7th Avenue entrance when Dave yells after me, "John!" I can't make that sound loud enough. "John!" I turn around and I run back. "What, Dave?" I say. He says, "If we get separated, look for me here." Dave, I am here.
"John, listen, if we get separated, I will meet you here."
Okay, I'll come back. I'm finding a chair.
"This is where I will be in case..."
Okay, Dave.
Okay.
I find a big, kind security guard whose name tag says he's Duke. He's gone as soon as I mention a chair, and he quickly comes back holding one in his hand like he's taming a lion. The chair has a curved, padded backrest and slender legs. I grab it, saying thanks, hurrying away, surrendering him to peripheral vision the way I lose everyone lately in order to soothe or comfort David. Doctors, nurses, cab drivers, cashiers. I'm intimate for several seconds a day with dozens of people, drawing them into closeness with David, wondering what it's like for them, whether it affects their karma or their destiny or even their mood, whether we were picked for collision. Why me? Why them? "Dave," I say, coming back with a chair. He enthrones himself at the jewelry counter. He's been shopping and there's a gold watch laid out before him.
"I'm getting this watch for my friend Ava. When she unwraps it, I'm going to say, 'That's to remind you of all the times you checked your watch when you came to visit me at the hospital.'"
Then Darren arrives. Darren's a sweet, shy guy with a goatee. He hands his card to the saleswoman and she rings up the bill, wraps up the watch, and hands the package and the discount card back to David, who now passes everything without comment to Darren.
"Now let's go upstairs."
He's starting to enjoy himself. Before we can coax him out of the store, he's headed for the elevator. Darren, Maria, and I are rushing after him, Maria with the medical supplies, me with a chair, and Darren with the credit card and the shopping bag. We board the elevator with a group of stiff-haired white women, and Dave turns to one who looks like Nancy Reagan and says in a stage whisper,
"Hi, I'm Dave. I'm a semi-famous gay author. I just got out of the St. Vincent's Hospital, and the first thing I wanted to do was go shopping. This is John. He's my best friend in the whole world. He's a semi-famous gay author, too. That's Maria. She wipes my ass. Literally. Darren's the one clutching the plastic. I've got AIDS. When we reach the linen department, we're buying towels for my cousin Myra, the beauty queen. She's a Jewish American princess. I am too, but I'm not anorexic. I'm dying. I don't have to stick my finger down my throat. Everything comes right out my ass. I weighed 150 pounds until a month ago. This morning I weighed 95. I've lost more than a third of my body weight. Do you know what happens to a person when he loses more than a third of his body weight in 6 weeks?" Before anyone has a chance to respond, the elevator doors open again, and we all squeeze out, headed for linens. Dave buys towels for Myra, the beauty queen. We stop at electronics, and he gets an answering machine, another gift from Myra. We go back downstairs to men's accessories, where he repeats what he said in jewelry, in linens, in electronics. "My name's Dave, and I've got AIDS. If you're nice, I'll put you in my will. Let's have some service." Everyone is amazingly cool. Maybe the Macy's sales staff is used to really vicious customers. On the way out of the store, Dave buys 8 pairs of blue and green striped Calvin Klein boxer shorts and 4 ribbed tank top t-shirts. I abandon his chair next to a display of a half-naked guy in a pair of boxer briefs. Dave has 4 bags, which Maria and I carry, and Darren has a huge credit card bill. 3 weeks later, 3 weeks after Dave's dead, I get a package from Macy's. It's a pair of Argyle socks. I don't know when he bought them. No card. I was with him the whole time except for getting his chair. I try to imagine what happened, whether he sent Darren or Maria on a mission, whether he left an order for socks at the jewelry counter while I was searching for help, too busy staring at the space from which he was about to disappear. That's it.